Stitchers.
Hi, I'm Keisha.
I'm Laura, and welcome to the Pattern Queens, episode 92. Today is Tuesday, June 21st, the first day of summer. And this is a channel about cross stitch.
And friendship and rambles and lots of shenanigans and something new today. We're going to start this pattern, Peacocks and Pomegranates from Cottage Garden. It's our first day of summer start, and we're going to start this while we do our life update today. So I'm going to show you my materials. I think we're both using the called for DMC, and I'm stitching mine on a piece of 40 count 18th century Blackbirds from R R.
Really cool. I am using mine is very thin. I'm using a piece of 30 count Morning Fog from R R Reproductions. That's a pretty good color representation. You'll see it better the next time that we film during the day. We are doing this at night.
Yes, after dark. Pattern Queens after dark.
We have picked up a few more subscribers, so thank you to those of you who are joining us. This is something different that we have not done before, like Keisha said. So kind of fun, and we are just starting a little bit so that we have our initial start on camera. And then we'll work on it more past that. And just thinking off the top of my head, how about we do Summer Peacock Sal?
Oh, I like that.
That'll be our hashtag. I will include that in the description, and I'll try and get a picture up with maybe my materials. Maybe if you can get a picture with yours, that would be a good start.
Sure.
So welcome to all of you who are new. Welcome to everybody who's returning. We have been really enjoying your comments. We are out of practice because we haven't done this now for a couple of weeks.
Yes.
I know you guys got to see something on the Sunday that I came back from StitchCon, but we haven't, I had pre-filmed that, so we really haven't filmed for a while now.
Right. And so I'll just get into my life update. I was the person who said, let's not film on Sunday because it's, so my boy is almost 2 years old and he is embracing the almost 2 years old. Oh, you have a co-host today.
Yes, this is Bella today.
And so Sunday, he decided that we were going to have about a 15-minute long confrontation about whether or not he could put on his own pants. So he's sitting, and of course, like, I'm trying to let him put on his own pants, but he ends up with both his legs and one leg hole. And then he pulls them up, and then he tries to walk away. And of course, he's going to trip and fall. So I have to keep taking off his pants. And at one point, he comes over to me and he points and he goes, no. Oh. And then he takes his pants and he sits down and he goes, James do. And then continue to try to put on his pants. So it got a little frustrating at our house. And then he didn't want to take a nap that day. And then, oh man, the little boy was falling asleep in his chair before dinner time, but he got a second wind, ate dinner, splashed around in the bath, and didn't want to go to sleep that night either. So by the time I got him in bed, I was like, Laura, I don't think I can film tonight. You would have just had me sitting here and staring.
It was a rough day in mamahood, huh?
Yes, but that's okay.
It was Father's Day.
It was Father's Day. He's really is a sweet boy. He's just got an independent streak and doesn't realize that sometimes he doesn't know how to do things.
Well, and he was off his schedule for the weekend too, right?
Yes. So I went to a stitch together with some friends. That was a really good time. And so he spent all Saturday with his dad. Also didn't want to take a nap that day. So it was just a rough weekend for naps in our house.
So my life update. Katie Landis and I went to StitchCon weekend day. We had a great time. It was so much fun. 300 people in a room is an amazing amount of people. But Katie, the introvert, said that the thing about it was there were so many people that you could almost be anonymous in the middle of all of it because nobody was listening to your conversation, and you were kind of your own little island in the room, and you could definitely chat with the people at your table. We sat with a group of people we did not know at the beginning of the weekend, and we really enjoyed them. We had a great time with them, and we got to see so much cool stuff. But also, we came home with a little gift, and I know other people have talked about this. So there were several people who ended up testing positive for COVID. And Katie Landis tested positive as of last Friday. Probably she was positive Wednesday or Thursday, but she had taken 2 tests Monday and Tuesday, and we decided to just wait a couple of days. We had both gotten booster shots just about 2 weeks before StitchCon. Mine was my second booster. I have not gotten sick. I took a test yesterday and it was negative. So I'm still feeling good, doing fine. And that's the bonus about that. But StitchCon was fun. And what I'm going to tell you, we all had our name tags.
Ooh, fun.
Mine says Flosstube, the Pattern Queen's Flosstube.
Look at that.
So that was fun. And we got a this nice little tote bag, and we got a notebook from them.
That's nice.
And then there were exchanges during the weekend. There were needle minder, floss tags, all sorts of things, whatever people could come up with. Look at this. I got this cute coaster.
Oh, that's so cute.
Isn't that fun? And look at this. This is all of my stuff.
Oh, wow.
So it seriously filled this bag. That's all of this stuff. And we got a couple of free patterns from the weekend. We just really, there was so much generosity and so much fun. One lady, this is a little funny now. One lady did hand sanitizer. I think everybody should have used it. But we just had fun things, and something fell right beside me. Sorry.
How
And
cool.
it was just a good time. So I am ready to move on to Hall if you are.
Yeah, sure. Let's show them where we got to during our life updates.
Mine is so exciting.
Oh, same.
I'll show you this. I start in the bottom right corner. So I started right here, and there is a pale blue line around all of those boxes. So that's what I started with. Can you even see them? Yeah, you can.
Oh my God. Lara, you're so much faster of a stitcher.
No, I did half stitches. They're not crossed.
Oh, you did half. Okay.
The only one that's crossed is the first one because it's where I started, but everything else is just a half.
Okay.
And they're groups of 5. I didn't have to counter anything. It's 5s all the way across the whole pattern.
Gotcha. Okay.
Does that help?
It helps a little bit. And I'm not even sure if you're going to be able to see my stitches because my lighting is terrible where I am. So I actually got my piece of fabric cut to size. So I started in the middle this time, and I started on this leaf here. And 40 count, you probably shouldn't stitch on after 8 p.m., I think.
Unless you have a really good light, right?
So you can see my little itty bitty star right there.
Yes, you got it.
So I've started on the leaf.
You'll still beat me.
But I'm really excited to work more on that. I think that one's going to be so much fun, especially with all the colors and everything.
It will be fun. Okay,
So
I set
I
mine
am
aside just quickly.
I am really, really excited for the top border of this, how it changes colors up there. I'm
It's
very
beautiful.
excited.
Okay, how about stash?
Okay, I don't have any stash to show this
Wow. Okay, well, I have enough for 6 people.
time. Well, good.
I'm going to start off and show you that it's summertime. So I pulled out this scissor fob that my friend Connie from Count Twice, Stitch Once stitched for me. This is a pattern, dog on it. This was a pattern from my stash that I finally said, okay, I'm never going to get it stitched. Who wants it? And do you want to stitch one for me? And Connie took it and she stitched one for me and one for her. Now, here's the fun thing. I have Glory scissors
Oh, wow.
from Ginger, so they exactly match it.
Wow, that's perfect.
So, and she gave those to me a couple of years ago, but it's summertime, so I have them pulled out. Today I had to stop in at the local quilt shop that has some really nice stuff. And there is a fabric dyer that I had not heard of, Atomic Ranch. And so I got 3 pieces. I'm not going to unbag them. This one is Ocean Sand. And it's like a really pretty soft aqua with some tan spots in it. And then this one is Cobblestone. It is gray with some purples and tans, really pretty. And things are just not going to show up as well tonight. And then the last one is called Into the Woods, which is really pretty green, Keisha, with some tans in it. It almost has a murky vibe. Murky by Picture This Plus.
A little bit like that. Cool.
Then while we were at StitchCon, that's where the rest of my stuff is coming from. So, I bought some thread keeps. I have everything. This is stash. Are you going to show that? You could have shown that one.
I could have shown that one. I have it
Doggone
over
it.
here near me too. Oh well.
It's been so long, right?
Mhm.
I have these cute thread keeps that I got. And these are from Cricklewood
Oh,
Creek
little
Designs.
Snoopy.
Isn't he cute?
I
And
love
then look,
him. Oh,
Winnie the
well,
Pooh, and the
I love
cards are Winnie the Pooh.
so cute.
Now,
I
this
don't know if you can see the little bit of yellow that's behind me here. That's actually a huge Winnie the Pooh that's sitting on a little rocking horse thing. I'm in the living room, and that's where where Pooh Bear lives. So.
I have one more, and it's just not wanting to show up, so I'm just going to dump it. Okay, this one, if you guys know anything about me, you know I have a thing for bees. So I loved that one. And then they have a couple of little charms on them, a charm and a bead.
Oh, fun.
There we go. And the cards for those are really cute. And some of the ones in here are like corrugated cardboard.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so kind of a fun way to do that. And I also got from Rebel Stitcher Designs. I wanted one of these last year and missed out. But look at this.
Oh, cool.
This went out with a beautiful bag from Lynn X Stitches. Lynn X Stitches Creates. And Colleen put that in the box with it also. And I'm a fabric junkie. I mean, we're just going to admit it, right?
Right. The first step is admitting you have the problem.
I don't think it's a problem. That it was a problem. From Fortnite Fabrics, Katie and I are splitting this beautiful piece of Exceptional.
Ooh.
It's similar to the one I bought today, but a little more grungy, which I really like on things like this. It'll be a great neutral should fit some of those patterns. And then from, oh my gosh, I can't think. I have these beautiful little fabrics. This one is, I don't know if you can see that.
Ooh.
Do you see it's a gingham?
Mm-hmm.
And this blue one too.
That's cool.
And I can't, my brain, I know you guys are sitting out there yelling at me. And whoever thinks of it, put it down in the comments because I'm sure you'll be right. And then I did get a couple of patterns. I really was trying to be good. We did not go to Keepsakes during the weekend. We're trying to be good, but they have an annex, and what are you gonna do?
If you're
So
surrounded, you get caught up.
yeah, Heart in Hand has Blooming Tiny
Oh.
Town.
Oh, look at that huge bird. That's hilarious.
Isn't that fun? And then the one that I had seen before and I knew I wanted is Patriotic Tiny Town.
Oh, yes.
I mean, my birthday is July 3rd. Come on.
Right.
So I'm just bound and determined to like it. I saw the model for this pedal pusher, Heaven and Nature Sing, and
Uh-huh.
it is gorgeous. I love this tree.
Oh, yeah. That's a very you sort of thing.
Yes. And then Katie and I saw this little pin cushion done separately. This is a beautiful pattern called Love Bugs from Tell an Emblem. And then I saw the model on this one from Needle Bling Designs, and it's so cute. And I just don't think that the pattern does it justice, but it's just called Stitching Makes Me Happy.
Nice. Those models will get you every time. I've seen things stitched up as models where I'm like, I wouldn't have bought this off the pattern, but now I need it.
Yes. And then Katie and I got to meet up with several people who either are reps or who have been reps for the Black Needle. That was so fun. And one of those people who we just adore is Jody from Steel City Stitchers, and Kristen was with her too. The two of them were there together. But Jody said, "Hey, I've got some fabric back at my spot. Come look. I know you like purple." Can you see that? I mean, it is like me fabric.
Yes.
It's beautiful. So I scored. So
Yeah.
Jody, I don't think you guys watched, but thank you for the stitchy kindness. I loved it. And we sent out the Mermaids, Unicorns, and Dragons, oh my, box for May. And I think most of those have been received because even our Aussie friends have done their unboxing. One thing that's in it, my very favorite thing, I'm just going to tell you, is this bag. And it is my favorite because this is Katie's artwork for Love You More Studio. I mean, it even has our Love You More banner. And she said, well, it does have mermaids and unicorns and dragons on it, along with all the other things. And I heard somebody doing this and saying, there's a pineapple on here. Why would there be a pineapple on here? This bag is inspired by all of the themes we have for different weeks. So, you know, everything, they all represent different things. And we definitely have food weeks where we have food fabric.
Yeah. I have a pineapple with surfboards.
Yes, you do. And I'm going to tell you the Easter egg on this. There, in this design, there is a heart, because we're Love You More. There's a heart on everything except for the crystals. But like the little dragon's tails, let me find you one that's big enough to see. Here you go. The little dragon's tails are hearts. There are hearts around the planets. The unicorn has hearts here. The rabbit has hearts. I mean, there are hearts on everything. The tentacles on the octopus, it's hearts. The mermaid is tattooed.
Very cool.
Yep. So that's your little Easter egg. Now you know more than the other people who don't watch this video. And that's all that I'm showing today, evidently. That's all I
Okay.
pulled out.
That was great stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I
Looks
mean,
great.
that bag full of goodies from StitchCon.
Oh yeah, that looked good.
I didn't bring my book, so we are flying by the seat of our pants.
All
Do
right.
you have any finishes?
I don't have any finishes.
I got to ring the bell at StitchCon.
Ah, that's so exciting.
So my finish is Little House Needleworks Summer ABCs. And
Oh,
I think this is a really pretty pattern, but um, because I stitched turtles all the way down from ink circles, I worked with this banding and kind of fell in love. And so I stitched mine on the blue banding that's the same thing as that pattern.
mhm.
And I was trying to think. Okay, so I had to do some of the flowers or some of the ice cream on the table. The word ice cream was already in,
Mhm.
but I basically stitched 1/3 of this piece while I was there. I did all of this.
Oh wow.
And here is the rest of it.
That's so fun.
I just love it.
Yes. I'm excited that you got that done and that you got to ring the bell. That's
Oh, it was
exciting.
exciting. And I really did think about, okay, I should probably be changing projects while I'm going through, but I just couldn't do it.
Okay. I mean, Pam and Steph's bell, you got to. You got to.
The lure of ringing the bell was
Right.
all it for me. So that was my finish. And I think that was finish number 10. I would have to look to double check.
That's
That
exciting.
is actually not my first finish for June, because remember, Keisha and I both finished the model, which you guys, you were so sweet about. We had
Yes.
lovely comments comparing them, and that people really enjoyed seeing how stitching with different materials makes a different end product.
Yeah, I always like looking at people who are stitching the same thing just to see like with those the difference between like this really like dark but colorful fabric and then a neutral. Like I think
Mhm.
that that's really cool. And then of course the overdyed versus the DMC. I think it lets you make better choices about how you're going to stitch it.
Right. We were in a chat recently and somebody has fabric that I think is probably even a little darker than what I stitched on. It's
Oh
the
wow.
same, like it's the same color value, just a little darker. It's the
Mhm.
same color range, just a little darker.
Right.
And we were talking about it, and I said, if you're worried about it, then think about the DMCs, because they were way brighter this time
Mhm.
than the overdyes. And she said, oh, well, I'm stitching with DMC anyway. And I said, then look at how Keisha's looks,
Yeah.
and that's what yours will look like on your
Right.
darker fabric. So
Right. Yeah.
it is fun. And I know you get to play with the etoiles. That's one of your favorite things, right?
Mhm. Oh yeah. Where can I put the sparkle this year?
Okay, how about whips?
All right, whips.
And
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
have
say
a few.
Katie Landis, so I can get a drink.
Get yourself a drink. So I worked on a few things, mostly not this past week, but the week before. So I pulled out. Oh, let me turn down the brightness on my phone. The lighting in here is vastly different than the lighting I'm usually looking at. So I worked on Flying Pink Piggie from Heaven and Earth Designs, and this artwork is by Lisa Victoria.
That makes me
And
smile every time.
well, and you're gonna love it. I almost texted
Ah,
you. I got his whole mouth in.
look at him.
He is. So this is how wide it's going to be. It's still going to be a little bit taller. Um, and I mostly worked like around the mouth area, kind of put that in. So
Oh my gosh.
she's coming right along. I love pulling that out. And then it's in my pig sleeve for the humor that
With all the sparkles.
yes, that James looks at and goes, pig, pig. And I'm like, this is mine.
He has his own now.
He has his own. He has a Curious George one. The next thing I worked on was Lady Justice from Mirabilia, sorry, my gosh. My words don't work after 9 o'clock.
Yes.
And here's where I am on that.
Ooh.
This is her sash. This is on a piece of 36 count Olympia from Mystic Fabrics.
It looks great on that fabric.
Thank you. I really like it.
I can't wait to see the limey greens on there too.
I know it's gonna be fun. I'm really excited, but this is one I got cut to the size that she's actually gonna be. So I started in the middle.
That makes sense.
And she's in my Lady Justice sleeve. It's a heavy sleeve leak over here.
They do work well to stack up or stand
Yes,
up either way.
for sure. And then I'm probably never going to catch up with this Sal, but I also worked on ABCDinosaurs from Cloud's Factory.
Look how much is there.
I know. So these 3 dinosaurs were the ones that came out in May, and then the A and B were the ones that came out this month. And guys, I'm not even close. So this is on a piece of 36 count Arctic Fox from Fiber on a Whim. And here's the whole thing.
Wow.
And I worked on this guy over here. So a lot of
Look
that
at
red
him.
and yellow I put in. And sorry, my lighting's really bad today. This is also in a sleeve.
Rawr.
At one point, I feel like Laura and Katie were just like, what projects do you have? We'll make sleeves for this.
That makes me think I had one more piece of stash.
And then the last thing I worked on that I can show, I have another thing that I'm working on that I can't show you, is Helianthus from Ink Circles. And this is on a piece of 36 count Heaven's Fury from Under the Sea Fabrics. And
look at you.
So I put in all of the green around the outside on Saturday at the Stitch Together.
Awesome.
And I don't know what side is up and what side's down, but it doesn't matter. It's all the same all the way around. So so that is what I have worked on.
Awesome. Okay, I'm going to show you my one more thing.
Okay.
I saw this and I could not pass it up. This is from Distracted Stitches on Etsy. Let me get this. I can't get a hold of it. There we go. Ready?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
If that isn't
need a patriotic patchwork.
Yeah. Well, and my birthday start's going to go right in this. And look at the inside.
Nice. Oh, look at those flowers. Wow.
Isn't that beautiful? So my birthday start will go in the birthday present I bought for myself.
Very nice.
I love that. It's so,
Yeah.
I happened to catch it on Instagram and it said, oh, they're going up tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I got on the next day and they weren't up, and at the time that I thought they would be up, and I didn't check back until much later, and I'm like, they're gonna all be gone.
Yeah.
That was the only one left in that pattern.
Wow.
She had 2 different patterns. In fact, there's one, the last time I looked, there was one more in the other pattern. So if you need a beautiful patriotic bag, go grab it. And then follow her.
Yeah. For you.
Yes. Now, my whips. The next thing I went on to was American Sampler House, which
yes.
I started here on a Stitch with Us. This is from Annie B's Folk Art. I love this one. And this one is on a piece of 28 count Spring Morning from Color and Cotton. And it's in my Lake House Stitch Co. bag. I love my owls. I know it's just silly. Anyway, I put in all of that alphabet.
Oh, wow.
Oh, and I started the roof.
Nice.
So that was pretty good for one evening of stitching.
Oh, for sure.
And it seems like what's been happening is that I'll stitch in the evening and I will be like almost to a good stopping point, but I just can't stay up any longer. And so I will get up the next morning because I'm on summer break and I will put in just enough more to finish off wherever it is that I was. Then my next one is A Year at Hawk Run Hollow. And I am working on this June block. I think it's easier on this side.
Let's go up a
And
little bit.
you what?
It was down a little too far.
Oh, okay.
Perfect. Okay.
And I changed the skin tone on my bride and groom because I mean the color that she's using, and I'm sure it's because she just expects you to pull a color that will work, because why pull another color for just a few stitches here and there?
Nice.
So this is mine so far. There's January through March. You know what? I wonder. I think if I turn this off now, you'll get better color. There we go.
Oh, yes.
That was my light for stitching. So, and then here is where I am now. Look at that, April and May. I love them. And there's my June. I filled in her whole skirt. I did all of that blue. I did the word June and the 2 red lines that are starting the steps to the church.
Wow.
This one is on 36 count. I never remember what this is. And I don't know if I have that thing. It'll be down below in the drop down. It is on 35 count Cocoa from Weeks Dye Works.
Nice.
Okay. And this is one of my very favorite bags from Judy. I love this.
So
I don't know. It just makes me think of like a year for whatever reason. You know, you're out in nature and the whole thing. You know how those things make sense to us when we're going along.
right. As long
I
as it
have
makes
this-
sense to you. That's the only thing
Yes.
that matters.
Then I have the piece Rise and Shine from Lottie Daw. Can you see the condition of my poor chart? Yeah. Because this chart is really darn old. It's from 2008. And it just says rise and shine and sing hallelujah. So are you singing now? Rise and shine. And
It's funny
this
that
one,
such an optimistic pattern is in such shape.
you know what? Lori would love that though. That's what's so funny. I had started this, and what kept me from going back and working on it is that there were no flosses in the bag.
Oh.
So I pulled the colors that it calls for, which look vastly different to me than what the pattern has. But I pulled out what I had, which was just border stuff, but I put back in that much and a little bit more than what I had done before. So it's just 2 shades of blue.
Mhm.
Now, where my hang up is with this one is that, see the sun?
Uh-huh.
It's not like it's bright yellow or anything, but the color that they have picked for this, yeah, this is it. This is the color.
Oh.
And I just can't do that. So I will definitely have to figure out like a nice gold to get in there. Oh,
That's not a very happy sun.
and also from my friend Connie, snailed it. There it is, snailed it.
Love him.
We were just realizing the other day that Connie made these needle minders for the Show Me retreat in
Yeah.
2019, before there was a Black Needle Society that really enjoys all things snails.
Right. It's like
So,
she knew. Like Connie
yeah,
knew.
it's like she just inspired us, right? So anyway, that one is, I really, I like all of the song series that she has going. This one's in a fancy bag.
Yeah,
Like it's in the
that's what,
bag it came in.
that's what
No,
most
it
of my
probably
bags like.
it probably didn't even come in this bag because it would have just come as a card. Then my next one is a piece that my sister actually won because she named the design Motif Musings by T.A. Smith Designs. And this one, I mean, they show you a close-up up here. Oh, we're going to have a storm, I guess. But this is it. If you've been with us, you've seen this. Okay. Here's my fabric. Ready? And it's like a 36 count gray. Ready? Ready? Oh, look, finally,
Oh.
there's some design over here. This is half of it. Can you see both ends?
Yes.
That's half of it. And I think I'm a little over a quarter of the way. It's so much fun to work on. It really is.
What's the floss that you're doing it in?
It is, let me pull it out. This is in another Judy bag. Judy's project bags and more. I always just say a Judy bag. It is Threadworks number 1140. And it's this beautiful purple and gray and blue. I love the one that they called for. Theirs is more like blue and brown, but I'm a purple girl. And when I got there and was looking, maybe they didn't have this one, I don't know, but I fell in love with that color. And then I just bought, I think this is just like a Zweigert linen. Yeah, it's got orange. It's a Zweigert linen. That's just one of their standard grays. So nothing overdyed. I thought the floss could do all the talking on that one.
So
And it really is fun. I love it. Then yeah, see what happens when I like get to stitch and not on a model.
Lara exploded.
Yes. Then next I have a fishtail from Hands On Design, and it was designed for Salty Yarns for an event that they were going to have and then had to be canceled because of COVID. So the main thing is that you stitch this box lid that says a fishtail has nothing on a salty yarn. But there's also this cute pin cushion, which is like one of her blocks. And then you do these 3 little things. And then I was noticing on the part of the pattern that I was working on, she gave us a bonus blowfish pattern.
Oh, fun.
It's so cute. So I started with this because I think I'm going to go through this faster, optimism. And I worked on the border on this and I got it all the way across. Wow. That's 2 passes of the border. Here, I'll do it on this side.
Wow.
And I still have a little more to go across on there. Actually, I think I just have the Smyrnas now to go on top of that. So that is a really, really fun one. And this one, Katie bought me this project bag. And it is from Little Boat 88. I heard somebody, I've been watching a ton of Flosstube. I heard somebody say that when you have vinyl front project bags, that you should make sure that there is something between the vinyl and your patterns because they can't adhere to it.
Oh.
So like if you have your pattern in the plastic it came in, that's
Yeah.
fine because then you have plastic on plastic.
Gotcha. So
but I thought that was a pretty good tip.
Yeah.
So I have a few more, you guys. It's still going. The reason that I bought that that bag with all of the cute owls is because this is like one of the first book sleeves I made just to try it out. I mean, it's different than the style we do now. It's a different size. It's not as tall. I mean,
Right.
all the things, but it was a trial. So
Mhm.
I'm stitching Keslin's Zephyr.
Ooh.
I just love this. And
Yes.
I just picked a couple of Carrie's flosses. I have olives and bullfrog, a couple of pretty greens. Keisha loves green.
Love greens.
And my fabric, here's the reason that this one isn't further. It is on 40 count Crystal Highland
Oof.
from Picture This Plus, which is beautiful.
Yes.
But Crystal on 40 count. Yes, it goes this way. So this time out, this is the lighter green that's
Mhm.
on here. And this time out, I finished this curl of the lighter green. I did like this part down with the little leaf, and I put in all of this dark green. So I got to work with the second color.
Nice.
It was, you're going to say it. Go
Oh,
ahead.
well, I was gonna say, whenever you told me you were working on 40 count Crystal from Picture This Plus, I was like, what? Good luck. Because if you don't know, like most of the Picture This Plus kind of shrinks up a little bit.
They wash their
during the
fabric
drying.
over and over and over and run it through the dryer.
Right.
So
So it's a little bit even smaller than other 40 count. And then with the crystal fibers in there, those are hard to like maneuver around. So I was like, oh, good luck.
Marilyn herself from Picture This Plus will tell you that you need to get it on stretcher bars, Q snaps, frame, whatever you use. I use a hoop and stretch it as tight as you can get it to open up those holes,
Yeah.
because that fabric has been, and it makes me think of what you do with quilting cotton, where you pull the corners to get it back in line. But that's what she says you need to do, is just
Right.
pull it tight.
Yeah. And
And I
higher
think I
count
said,
fabrics are fine. It's just like the
yeah,
crystal part of it that's like,
yeah. Marilyn's like, and 40 count. And I was doing it at night. I told Keisha, that's 155 stitches. It's 155 teeny tiny stitches
yes.
on crystal fabric.
Right.
So that was
Worth it
enough
in
for
the
me.
end. Hard while you're working on it.
But I felt better this time working on it with it being in the hoop. I felt like I moved a little easier. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. Next up I have Alphabet Garden from Nikki's Creations Primitives. I bought this at Galleria one year.
Very cute.
I love it. And when I started, you see the little basket right here.
Mhm.
I had the bottom 2 rows of it. Okay. That's
Okay.
all I had. I'm stitching on 32 count Butter Crunch from Needle Bling Designs.
Oh, wow.
I did good.
Yes, that's quite a bit.
It is. I was really happy with it. So, and this is in another Love You More sleeve. So yes, we are on the Love You More sleeves tonight.
Yes.
I
Ooh,
love
that's a
this
pretty-
one.
Yes.
Has the little bees in there. You see them?
Yes.
Like here's one.
Very cute.
Katie does a good job picking fabrics. Every once in a while I get to pick one. The next one I have, we're getting close to the bottom. The next one I have is Knee High by Hands On Design.
Fun.
This is one I've loved for a long time. And I was getting, okay, I finished up this one side of I finished up this side of the fence, and I wanted to start on the stalk of corn.
Mhm.
I did not have Forest Glade in the bag. I had a bag
no.
for it, no Forest Glade.
Oh no.
So obviously it was out when I went to buy it, or when I picked them up the first time. And I was trying to see if I could tell what my fabric is. I don't think I have that bag in here. I have this beautiful piece of fabric. And that's how far I got.
Nice.
that's one that I got. I had TH of July, and I thought I have got to put the 4 in. So
Right.
that's what I did the next time I sat down to stitch. And this one is in a tulip pink sleeve. And this one we called Call Me Flower.
Mhm.
So it's the skunks.
Oh, skunks. That one's fun.
Yeah, I love it. If you get any of the Love You More sleeves, we put our label on what we consider the back.
Mhm.
So always we do the one so that you get pretty pictures without anything there. Then my last one, Keisha.
Right.
I just have a working copy of this. This is June Morning from the Good Housewife.
Oh, that one is, I don't think I've ever seen this one before.
Is that the brightest, happiest pattern
So
ever?
happy.
I have a piece of Orphan, picture this plus 32 count, and I had made a note that it was for another project. Well, obviously I changed my mind, but there it is.
Oh, fun.
It's kind of hard to see. I will try. Let's see. I think I can fold a little and then I can see a little better. So I worked down here. I had the brown in that goes up the side and across the bottom, but I put in the other 3 rows and then I did the snail, and I am starting on like a pinwheel next to it.
I love that little snail. He's so happy
Isn't
looking.
he cute? Now he looks different than the pictures. Their stuff is looking more pinkish,
Mhm.
and they said DMCs. So, but
Interesting.
they stitched on Black Belfast. So I don't know if that's, if that's any different, but no, the colors are not pink. They are peaches. So it's not that. That's it. Was that enough whips?
Well, yeah, but we're here for the stitching, Laura, so we're excited.
That was
At least I
lot.
am.
Yeah.
I can't speak for everyone else who's here, but I'm excited to see all that
I
stuff.
think I have for this month I was like, I gotta get these in. I gotta get them in. I think I was in a rush because I had to push some of May into
Right.
June because we were
Right.
model stitching. But I have 1, 2. I only have 2 more left on my list for this month.
Wow.
I have Primavera from Satsuma, and I have Oh Beautiful from Shepherd's Bush. But rolling right into plans, we're starting the Gilmore Girls, the Stars Hollow Summer and Stars Hollow retreat tomorrow with a warm-up event, and then the real retreat will be Thursday through Sunday. And my plan for retreat season this summer is to catch up my Life After Death,
Oh,
which
nice.
had to kind of be set aside while we were working on models. So how about you? What are your plans?
Well, I'm working on a couple of models that have a mid-July deadline, and they're pretty big. Well, one is kind of small and one is pretty big. So so I'll probably be working on that. I'll put in a few more stitches on Peacock and Pomegranate, just that I have like a better than 10 stitches still on it. And that's probably about it. I'm itching to get back to Helianthus because I'm less than 1,000 stitches away from finishing it. And that was our spring start. So it'd be nice to have our spring start done now that we've started our summer start.
And you said that to me, and I'm like, well, what a slug I am. Mine has teeny tiny little part that I did on that stitch together. And I don't know that I've picked it up again since.
Yeah.
So that may sneak in during retreat when I need a break.
Nice. That sounds like a good idea. And then I didn't stitch on my Death by Cross Stitch really during the month of May. A little bit this month, but I probably won't pick it up. So I have all of these lofty goals, but it's probably just going to be the model, guys. I'll try and sneak in 1 or 2 so I have something to show you though.
I think I have April and May and now June to make up for my life after death because I did the models both April and May. So one other plan that we might have is that we are hoping to do another Sal with someone who I got to meet in person at StitchCon and really enjoyed. And I don't want to say anything about it now until we get everything finalized, but we have some projects in common, and I think Keisha may jump on the bandwagon with us.
Because I'm really easy to talk into anything, guys.
And we are hopefully going to start a Sal with that. And that will be a long-term ongoing Sal. So it'll really be a start along. And mine is actually already started. So it will be a reacquaint myself with it along.
Perfect.
Oh, that made me think. Somebody said at a chat that I was at that they didn't consider projects whips unless they were actively working on them right now. And I said, well, I think whip just means works I've paused.
Ah, that's nice.
Because I haven't UFO'd them.
Yes.
I mean, you've seen all of my stuff, and I did UFO 2 projects this month.
Yeah.
But you know, I still love the majority of my projects and I am working on them. They're just on pause until I can get back to them.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I mean, we've kind of talked before. I just stitch because I like to stitch. I don't necessarily stitch for like the finished product of it. You know, I just like to stitch.
And here's my proof that things get done. And that's just one of the 3 walls that look like this in our house right now.
Well, I have a blank wall behind me, but I do finish things every once in a while.
You do, but I've been stitching a little bit longer than you have.
Yeah, I'm coming up on 20 years of cross stitching.
Wow.
I've been stitching since I was a teenager. So
this one right here, this is Quaker Garden by Blackbird Designs, and I know they just recently re-released it, and it doesn't look like this. Mine is on purple fabric. My sister Nancy did hers on a beautiful pink. And so I would encourage you to maybe think outside the box when you're doing these things, because that's a very traditional, that one is called Quaker Garden. It's a very traditional Quaker sampler, and just the things that you can do. I would stitch that one again and again, over and over, because I loved it. And I would do it in different colorways because it just comes out gorgeous. Right. But this is the reason that we've slowed our roll with buying as many things, because Katie said, you know, Mom, if we would just save a little bit, then we could get things framed. And oh my gosh, have I just been ecstatic watching things come in and hang up.
Yes, it's nice to be able to display your finished work, for sure.
Yes. Yes. That's the one I did for my dad last year.
So many good
things. Okay, have we rambled long enough?
Yes, we've gotten into quite a few shenanigans, and now it's 10 o'clock and it's too late for shenanigans.
So I think there's nothing more to do than to say bye.
Bye. Have a good week.